Paris. Peut-être à cause de quelques années que j'y ai passées dans mon enfance, j'ai l'impression que j'appartiens un peu à cette ville. Le goût, les odeurs, quelque chose dans l'atmosphère m'y attire. C'est ici que je me suis familiarisé avec la culture occidentale et contacte de nombreux grands artistes et créateurs des années 30. Après de longues années d'apprentissage en Inde avec Baba, j'ai ressenti le profond désir de faire connaître notre tradition classique à l'Occident. Ce fut le propos de ce voyage de près de 30 ans que j'ai accompli depuis. Il appartient à d'autres d'apprécier le résultat. Bien que je retourne de plus en plus souvent à mes racines indiennes, j'aime encore beaucoup mes voyages en Occident qui soulagent mon nostalgie et me donnent un nouveau souffle. You try. 1, 2, 3, and bum, bum, bum. Now, can you add a little ornament?
Okay. Okay. Ouais.
Jean-Pierre, quel immense musicien. Cela a été un grand plaisir de composer pour lui et de jouer avec lui.
Doucement.
C'est toi qui prends l'arrière ou c'est
Là, tu la... on la pose.
And then what we do?
Pam, 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 pam.
Voilà.
Je sais pas si on fait ça.
Il n'y a pas de problème. Donc, ça bien attention de ne pas la cogner.
Mon ami Yehudi Menuhin n'est pas seulement un grand musicien, c'est un être humain hors du commun. Il y a chez lui un amour, une humilité que je n'ai rencontré chez aucun autre musicien occidental et rarement chez un musicien indien.
It didn't happen suddenly. It took me a full 15 years or more before I had the courage to agree to play with Ravi.
À l'Araka. Cet immense virtuose de tabla a été mon principal accompagnateur pendant 25 ans.
struck me and has forever remained with me is the impression of the making of music as a dedicated religious rite, a consecration, a gift, returning the gift of life, a gift back to God, as it were. I found that intensely moving. And when we think of Debussy and Ravel, who were fascinated by the Oriental, we know that the Oriental has always been part of the Occidental, that we come from India, as it were, that the gypsies, their scale, is still one of the Indian ragas, one of the Indian scales. And thus, when I returned to India, returned in the universal, primordial sense. I'd never been to India, but I think we all return to India when we go there. And the person to whom I owe the greatest debt for this revelation is, of course, Ravi Shankar.
Mrinal Sen est un des grands metteurs en scène de cinéma indien. J'ai eu le plus grand plaisir à composer la musique de son dernier film Genesis.
Okay?
As we all know, Ravi Shankar is a man who believes in cross-fertilization, and he is a person who has been able to fuse both the Western and the Oriental music without losing track of his own heritage.
I don't know if, if people will agree with this, but I think it was one of the original intentions of music to be international, to have what I would call international folk music. And I think all these giants of music like Ravi Shankar, John Coltrane, A. Miles Davis, A. Stravinsky, all of these musicians have gotten to the point where it is an international folk music. Well, I'll just say thank God for that.
This was during the film Raga, right?
Yes, I think
68.
1843, really, when we were teenagers. When was it? 1968.
And that was a real explosion after the success of Ravi's, you know.
It is strange to see pop musicians with sitars.
Well, it was very nice in those days.
Really?
It's very
I was confused at first.
In those days when there was so much...
It had so little to do with our classical music. When George Harrison came to me, I didn't know what to think. But I found he really wanted to learn. I never thought our meeting would cause such an explosion. That Indian music would suddenly appear on the pop scene. It's peculiar. But out of this, a real interest is growing.
Well, Ravi had quite a good audience before I came along into his life. But at that time, things just got crazy and exploded. And it became like a fashion. Everybody was into Indian clothes and playing sitars and that sort of thing. And then later, as the old fashions disappear, which wasn't really very good for Ravi, because he then had to start all over again and rebuild his audience. But I think the good that has come from that is that a lot of people who might not have known about the music got to hear about it, and also those that it meant something to are now staunch fans, and I think his audiences are very big, and I think the people have a much better understanding of his music now. Certainly people in India also, and various other countries that might not have got to know about it, understand a lot more about Indian music. I think it's largely due to this one person, through Ravi's own work. He's gone all his life really touring. You know, I did tours for 2 years, and that was enough for me, but he's been touring for like 30 years, and still doing it till this day. It's very good.
Ravi is, without any doubt, one of the greatest musicians today. He takes his place alongside Casals and other great musicians, but as a composer as well, he has not only brought Indian classical music to the West, but he has also, in no small degree, influenced Western music, particularly Western improvised jazz music, but also Western composers. His own concerto for sitar and orchestra is the most interesting and colorful work. It's the best kind of what otherwise could easily be, and is under many circumstances, a bad bastard music, as for the cinema very often. But his is genuine. The sounds and the effects he creates are genuine Indian sounds created with our modern orchestra. And the performance of that work, which I heard in London with Zubin Mehta conducting the LSO, London Symphony Orchestra, was most striking and very, very interesting.
En tant qu'Indien, je suis fier de Zubin Mehta, qui est un des plus grands chefs d'orchestre au monde. J'ai beaucoup aimé travailler avec lui et le New York Philharmonic Orchestra sur mon deuxième concerto pour sitar Ragmala, que je lui ai dédié.
For me to play with Raviji would be comparable as if I would be playing in my world with Jascha Heifetz or Rubinstein or one of these. You know, I'm talking about a musician of that high stature and level. I mean, I'm proud that I can tell my grandchildren that I have performed with Ravi Shankar. It's that important to me. The one difficulty is that this kind of music cannot enter into the general repertoire because our part, of course, can be played by any good orchestra. But Ravi's part can only be played by him. There are so many parts where he improvises. So that if a disciple of his knows how to get into the spirit and improvise it, then it's fine. But at the moment, I don't see anybody else doing it. And that's a pity. And that's where we part company, the East and the West.
About 13 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago, I had a dream. I was going through this place and I found this beautiful mango garden. And I just wanted to have it. And I got it. And I wanted to build like an ashram here. Have very special students, some special teachers. Spend time here teaching, learning, discussing, just like in the olden days, a true ashram. Of course, there was not so much of traffic sound then. Well, we started it and it has become beautiful. Come with me, I want to show you. The dream I had was to have all the students, the teachers, live here together, eat, practice, learn, discuss. And in this beautiful atmosphere of the ashram, that would have been something fantastic. I have still hope that it will be possible someday. Let us see. Ready? Then start. Immediately. J'ai de très nombreux élèves de par le monde, dont mon propre fils Shubho. Certains d'entre eux sont réunis ici. C'est mon plus grand plaisir que de travailler avec eux 12 ou 14 heures par jour. Deepak, Vishwamohan, Shipra Bose, Daya Shankar, Ramesh Mishra, Tarun, Partho et Shubhendra Rao.
I suppose it will be a little difficult to understand what we call Guru Shishya Parampara, what the rapport between the teacher and the student. There is no time limit to our learning, you know. Like in the Western music, I think you have very set forms and traditions of learning and everything. But here it's all so different that every guru teaches different, and we have to, pick our guru and then dedicate ourselves to him.
शांतिरांतरिक्षगो शांति विष्णुर्विष्णुर्विष्णुः श्रीमन्महापुरुषोराज्ञा आत्मनः श्रुति स्मृति पुराण.
La cérémonie d'initiation d'un élève est encore un événement très important dans notre tradition. C'est Ramesh Mishra, un joueur de sarangi réputé, qui devient ici mon élève.
गणान्त्वा गणपद्गो हवामहे प्रियानान्त्वा प्रियपद्गो हवामहे निधीनान्त्वा निधिपद्गो हवामहे बहो मम आहमजार्गर्भधमादोजाधर्धम्म अम्बे अम्बिकें बालिके नमानयति गजनो स्वस्वकः शुभद्रिकां काम्पीरवासीं गौरीं महागौरीं मावास्थापयामि तं वैष्णवी शक्तिविष्णुञ्च वीर्या विश्वस्य बीजं परमासि माया सम्मोहितं देवी समस्तमेतत्तं वै प्रसन्ना भुवि मुक्तहेतुः तन्मा वदामि शतशारदायुष्मान् जरजठरथा सम्म येन बद्धो वरी राजा दानवेन्द्रो मामलः गुरुभ्यो नमः. तेनत्माम् अनुबध्नामि रक्षे माचल माचलो.
See, this is like an open-air theater. I thought that we could have here all music performances, even dance, Kathakali, Bharatanatyam, ballet, even dramas, Kalidas, Shakespeare, Molière maybe. But you know, the dream hasn't come true yet. I'm waiting for it. but most of it was stopped because lack of money, lack of finance. You see, I sunk all my money as much as I could, but then I couldn't do it anymore. It needs so much more money to bring it to my dream, you know, up to my dream. And I'm optimist, but still, it's unfinished, as I said. All these beautiful trees that if we put, some of them has become so big and beautiful. They were just like this. And then this place, especially this place, you know, my plan was to make a beautiful complex of indoor stage, studio, workshops, and basement will have recording studios and television, and all sort of things, you know, in the same building. But all you see now is just a gaping hole now. Well, maybe someday. Lakshmi, elle est ma belle-sœur et mon élève favorite. Sa voix et le charme de son chant sont uniques.
Ah
La harpe est l'instrument des anges. Entre les doigts de Martine, elle devient céleste.
Ravi m'a dit, est-ce qu'un jour on pourrait faire quelque chose, un enregistrement? On a joué 2 ragas, un pour flûte et harpe, qu'il a composé pour moi, si vous voulez, dans la manière occidentale, mais considérant que la flûte avait un rôle d'instrument oriental, c'est-à-dire qu'il a composé un raga comme si c'était joué par une sitar, avec accompagnement de harpe. Et moi, je joue le rôle de la sitar.
We have each a remarkable world of sound, of inspiration. And there have been a few minds in the West which have bridged those. I can think of the 2 greatest musicians I've known, Enesco and then Bartók, who were people who understood the world of India, the world of the East, quite instinctively. We in the West have paid a price for the wealth of our polyphony, for the wonderful sounds of harmony and dissonance that we now enjoy. The price is the subtlety and precision of our ear and the intellectual precision of our thought. These 2 elements are remarkable in Indian classical music. Their inflections, their appoggiatura, all their ornaments are very, very precise. And laws governing them are equally precise, because in order to improvise, the ground has to be as well prepared as possible. Therefore, the improvisation rests upon structures which are very defined. But all the rest is up to the individual.
1, 2, 3, 4. Pa, 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 pa.
He flies, he soars. Sometimes the concert finishes around 2 o'clock in the morning. And there, after about midnight, you see the real Ravi coming out. And for this, I think we owe him, and the world owes him. And what he has done for Indian music and the appreciation of it in the Western world is, I mean, unpayable. Nobody has done that. Nobody has made these inroads.